The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
I'm Vengeance. Hey guys, AWO Air Warrior, welcome to my channel, guys. What's up? We're going to talk wrestling preview predictions for Crown Jewel, which is this Saturday in Perth, Australia. Before I get into that, this is a AWO Air Warrior. This is a channel for wrestling and pop culture. So if you like either one of those, this is a channel for you, okay, guys? So I talk wrestling and pop culture here, but this is going to be a wrestling video, preview predictions for Crown Jewel. So if you're new and you like what you see, whether you're a wrestling or pop culture fan and you like what you see, subscribe. If you're a new and current sub and you like what you see, please like the smash button down below. If you want to become a member of my channel, there's 3 tiers. The final and highest tier is not overly expensive, it's only $5. But let's get into Crown Jewel preview predictions for WWE. So, Crown Jewel, Perth, Australia. So it's going to be on early. It's going to be on very early, especially in the West Coast, the western part of the world, the West, right? North America, South America. So where I am, it's going to be on 8 a.m. For people in the West, California, Washington, those states in the state, it's going to be on at 5 a.m. So, well, it's just how it is, guys. So let's get into this. Only 5 matches on the card, but they're easily going to be. Well, there was no match added from SmackDown. So I watched SmackDown this morning. Okay, I'm making this on a Friday, so I watched SmackDown, obviously. No match was added to the card. I was waiting for SmackDown to end to see if anything was going to be added to the card, but nothing is added. I figured, spoiler alert, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss taking on the NXT team of Soluka and Zarya. I figured that would be part of the card because Zarya is from Australia, but it hasn't officially put on the card. Let me just check briefly if it has. It could have been announced after the show. No, it hasn't. All right, so let's get into it. Guys. Let's get into this. All right. So we'll talk about the. All right. So let's go to the first match. Okay. 5 matches on the card. Let's get the first match out of the way. The Rhea Ripley, the tag team match. Rhea Ripley team up Io Sky at the top, taking on the Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kairi Sane. Now, the Kabuki Warriors, specifically more Asuka, has turned on Io Sky, where Kairi Sane reluctantly didn't want to. Reluctantly is under the control of Asuka. And Asuka's very controlling. So, right? So, obviously, that's the story going in. The Kabuki Warriors are going to Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are going to look for revenge against the Kabuki Warriors. We'll see how this plays out with Asuka. I'm not worried about, but we'll see how this plays out with Kairi Sane, in this match, how she is. Because, obviously, Kairi Sane is caught in the middle of this. She doesn't want to betray Io Sky, but doesn't want to go against Asuka. She's just caught in the middle, and it's just really affecting her relationship with both of them. But she's loyal to Asuka, and I think we'll see how her loyalty is tested here. Is she gonna turn on Asuka? Is Kairi gonna break away from Asuka's control, or is she gonna embrace Asuka and actually forget about Io Sky? Be like, forget you anymore. Like, no, I'm not trying anymore to make up and fully embrace Asuka, and where Asuka doesn't get to a point where Asuka is controlling of her. Kairi stays on equal level as Asuka. But that's the case. Since this is Rhea Ripley's hometown, I'm going with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky to win here. This match. Okay. We got this match. Bronson Reed versus the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is back after filming Street Fighter, ironically in Australia. Okay, that was in Australia, right? That was in Australia. So Clash of the Paris, as you know, Roman Reigns defeated Bronson Reed, then got beat a huge beatdown by Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, where he was taken on a stretcher, taken to the hospital, was to write him off the film Street Fighter. Now Bronson Reed in his hometown to take on Roman Reigns. It's not just an ordinary match. This is a street fight, an Australian street fight. So I don't know what that means. I guess it's a street fight. We know what a street fight is. I guess an Australian street fight, we're going to expect some Australian items, things going to be used. Sometimes they're a city. Sometimes when you do street fights in the city they're in, they'll find things that represent the city. Like in Toronto, I'm from Toronto. When you do a Toronto street fight, you see you'll find a hockey stick or something like that. That's what I mean. Okay, so maybe in Australia they'll find something that's related to Australia. You know what? You would think Roman Reigns is going to win here. This is going to be my surprise pick, my underdog pick of this event. I'm going to go with Bronson Reed. I think Bronson Reed is going to beat Roman Reigns here. I think he needs. I think him getting a win over Bronson Reed will help elevate him. Look, Braun Breaker doesn't have a match, so Braun Breaker could definitely help, right? Paul Heyman can help. So obviously, I don't think Bronson's going to win clean. Technically, there's no DQ, so clean, right? So there's no such thing as a clean win in a street fight. Anybody's allowed to get involved, but I think Braun Breaker is going to help Bronson Reed win here, get a huge win, the biggest win of his career over the Trouble Chief Roman Reigns. So I'm going Bronson Reed here as my upset pick, guys. Some of you may not see it as an upset. Okay. I know. All right, let's move on. We got 3 more matches. We'll do the champion versus champion. John Cena versus AJ Styles. So there's really no story building up here. This is a fan fantasy match. People want AJ Styles and John Cena one last time before John Cena retires. So this is one last fantasy match between the two. The build up for this match is basically vignettes of their history with each other on Raw and SmackDown. Okay? But this is John Cena after getting decimated by Brock at WrestlePalooza. So this is obviously babyface versus babyface. It's just one of those matches where you just want to see John Cena and AJ once again go at it. So I don't think there's going to be a story built out of it. I don't think the story's going to continue out of it. I think it's just a fantasy matchup. Okay? I said my points a couple of videos ago or streams about John Cena that John Cena, before he retires, to me, to cement his legacy, even though it's not arguable, but you can pretty much say his legacy is cemented. But I think he needs that big win against Brock Lesnar back before, to me, his retirement feels obsolete. I think he needs that match, one win just over Brock, to solidify, to satisfy me that his retirement means something. So, but other than that, to this match, I think John Cena wins here. I don't think AJ wins here. And after the match, John Cena and AJ will shake hands, hug, and be off to whatever next is for them to do. John Cena is going to move on for a couple of Walls, Survivor Series, main events, whatever. And AJ Styles will continue on until supposedly he's going to retire next year. Let's go to this match. SmackDown Women's Champion. So I don't know. SmackDown's role. So we got Tiffany Stratton and Stephanie Funk here, the respected champions of their brand. SmackDown's Tiffany and Funk here is Raw. This is for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. So whoever wins this becomes the Crown Jewel Championship. This is not a title that's to be defended. You don't defend this weekly. It's just brand versus brand because the Survivor Series is not brand versus brand anymore, right? They don't do Raw versus SmackDown anymore, Survivor Series. They totally changed the branding for Raw, so they kind of adapted it, switched it over to Crown Jewel with the brands facing each other. So in this match, Tiffany and Stephanie Funk here, right? They teamed up on SmackDown, and last night they teamed up SmackDown earlier today, not last night. They beat Julia and Kiana James. It's kind of a spoiler but whatever. Okay. So, who I think is going to win this match? I think Stephanie Valkyrie is going to win this match. I'm going to go with Stephanie Valkyrie is going to win this match. I just have a feeling that they want to build her strong. So I'm just going to go with Stephanie Valkyrie is going to win this match. Okay. I don't think any shenanigans is going to happen. I don't think there's going to be any interference or anything. I still think it's going to be a clean match. And so I'm going to go with Stephanie Valkyrie winning over Tiffany Stratton, becoming the Women's Crown Jewel Champion. And then we move on to the main event. I assume it's the main event. And this match, actually, there is a story with the men's. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, right? For the men's Crown Jewel Championship. There's an actual story between these two for many years. Remember, Cody came back at WrestleMania about 3 years ago and won 3 matches in a row against Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell match, one with the pectoral injury that sidelined him afterwards. Seth turned heel in the process. Seth helped Cody dethrone Roman Reigns. And now Seth is a heel again. And this story is about Seth. To me, it's really about Seth needing that win over Cody Rhodes. Because he hasn't, since he's come back, hasn't won over Cody Rhodes in a match in 3 or 4 years. Because Seth has been a face most of the time when Cody Rhodes has returned, except for the first year. Seth turned late 2022 babyface. But Seth has never beaten Cody Rhodes here for the men's Crown Jewel Championship. And Cody Rhodes defeated Gunther last year to become the first one, the inaugural men's Crown Jewel Championship at Crown Jewel. So there is a story here, unlike the women's, right? This feud goes back. This story between the two go back 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, whatever. It's actually right. So who do I think is going to win this match? Now, I don't know how Randy Orton plays into this. I don't think Randy Orton is going to turn on Cody at this point. I think that's going to happen down the line, but I don't think it's going to happen here. I don't think it needs to happen here. But also the story of this match is that you see the mind of Seth is not all there. Something that Cody is under his skin. Paul Heyman's trying to get Seth Rollins' head on straight. That's where I think for the first time since Cody comes back, I think he's going to lose to Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins is the win here. So I'm going Seth Rollins to become men's Crown Jewel champion. Not clean. I don't think it's going to be clean. Not with Seth there, but I think he'll be champion. He'll win. That's my predictions. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Bye, guys.
Too sweet. Sweet. Too sweet. Too sweet.